Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 256, Santa Claus. Sir Topham Hatt's railway had been through a lot in recent months, but the engines were still preparing for a Christmas celebration unlike any other. "Oh, it will be so nice to have everyone back here at Tidmouth Sheds," said Henry. "I heard that Toby's going to be released from the works any day now, and just in time for the holidays." Just then, the engines heard the honking of a horn. It was Bertie the bus. "Bertie, you're back!" cried Thomas, and looking better than ever. "You're right about that. My repairs couldn't have come at a better time. I can't wait to get back to helping you on your branch line. But first, I hear there's a Christmas party that I just can't miss." "Oh, this is marvelous," said Edward. "Ever since Sir Topham Hatt donated the treasure to the museum, the tourists have been arriving non-stop and everyone's finally getting repaired. It really feels like everything's going back to normal." Just then, the engines heard another horn, but this time it was Boko, and he looked concerned. Is Sir Topham Hatt around? I need to speak to him right away." "Boko, welcome, my dear friend. You're just in time for our Christmas celebration." Yes, that's very nice and all, but we Diesels are all doing something together. I hope you'll understand. However, we've had a small issue come up." "Well, what's the problem? You all run out of diesel oil or something?" The engines laughed, but Boko was not amused. "Just tell me where I can find Sir Topham Hatt," he said urgently. "I believe he's at the steamworks overseeing Toby's final—" Oh, there he goes. "Whatever it is, it must be pretty important. I've never seen Boko that distressed before." Meanwhile, at the works, Toby was moments away from getting back on the rails. "Please, sir, the workmen are almost finished. Go back to Tidmouth and celebrate with the rest of the engines. I'll be along shortly." "No, it's quite all right. I don't want to leave you here alone on Christmas. Besides, making sure your repairs are in order is what's most important right now. Winston had a few initial issues when he got back on the rails, but now he runs better than ever." Toby smiled. "This means a lot to me, sir. I know you could have left this old steam tram to rot after my accident." "The thought never crossed my mind. You are very valuable to this railway, Toby. It was just, at that moment, things were very complicated, and I couldn't repair you immediately. But now that the railway is doing much better, the list of engines who need work done to them is getting smaller and smaller. In fact, you're the last major project to be completed." "Hey, what about me over here?" "Oh, I didn't forget about you, Vinny. You're just a very special engine with unique parts that are hard to find. As soon as Toby's finished, you're the next engine in line." Vinny rolled his eyes. "Yeah, like I haven't heard that one before." "All right, it's time. We're going to lift Toby back onto the tracks and conduct our final tests." "Hooray!" cried Winston. "This is so exciting." Just then, Boko raced in. "Sir, you must come to the diesel works at once. It's urgent." "Just a minute, Boko. Toby's just about to be—" "Sir, there is a fugitive on our railway. This cannot wait any longer." Winston gasped. Toby's mouth hung open. Sir Topham Hatt couldn't believe his ears. "A fugitive? On Sodor? Well, who could that—" He looked at Toby. "I just remembered. We never finished our conversation regarding your acquaintance that you met on the mainland." Toby gulped nervously. "I was hoping to be back on the rails before he arrived, but it looks like he got tired of waiting. I can explain everything, sir." "I sure hope so. Meet me at the diesel works when you're ready. Come on, Winston, we have no time to lose." And with that, Boko and Winston were off. The two rushed into the diesel works and screeched to a stop. "Where is he? I want to see this intruder for myself." Right," whispered Dart. "Open the door." The massive door leading to the dieselworks shed slowly opened. There was a growl, and then a snarl as something came to life. It was Diesel 10, the most villainous and evil engine to ever come to Sodor. "Where did you find him?" "He was on the main line, sir. A bunch of us got together and rounded him up. We put him in the shed so that no passing engines would see him." "What are you doing here, Diesel 10? You know you are not allowed back on my railway for everything you've done in the past." "Sir, I understand your surprise and even your anger. I know I am not welcome here." "You most certainly are not. Boko, please escort him back to the mainland at once, and tell the station master at Vickerstown to never, ever—" "Sir," whispered Salty, "I think you should listen to what he has to say." "Oh, don't tell me he's already convinced you to let him stay. And where are your friends? Splatter and Dodge, is it? If you're here, then they're bound to be close by. I want all of the lines checked and rechecked until they are found." "Sir, I bear no ill intent. I come to you ashamed of my previous actions. I know we are not friends, but my home is in trouble, and I have no one else to turn to." "The mainland is in trouble? What do you mean?" "We diesels are being pushed out. As much as it pains for me to say this, we are no longer the future. Our controllers do not desire us as they used to. We are outdated by their standards. They have ordered electric engines to replace us. It is only a matter of time before we are sent to the scrapyards to be cut up piece by piece." Just then, Toby puffed in. "Sir Topham Hatt, please, you can't send him away." "I can't believe you went to the mainland and conversed with this engine behind my back. What has gotten into you, Toby?" "I believe there is a reason for you two to work together. The world isn't so kind to locomotives anymore, and we must protect our own. Even the ones who are different than us. Even the ones who have hurt us in the past. This diesel has done more damage and caused more turmoil than any other engine out there. He built a legacy on terrorizing steam engines, and now he comes to a railway full of them in order to be saved from scrap. A sad turn of events, I will admit, but I will not let this engine work on my railway. For one thing, I can't possibly trust him. No matter what he says, I will always think he is plotting to turn the island upside down again." "He doesn't have to work," said Mavis. "He doesn't have to do anything important. But please, don't send him back to the mainland. If you do, you're no better than what they're doing on that railway." Sir Topham Hatt didn't know what to say. "I can't let him stay here. I don't have the room, for one thing." "He can stay here at the diesel works," said Den. "We'll make room." "It's no different than when a steam engine is in trouble," added Toby. "We always seem to have space for them. In the past, we've gone beyond the railway to save those engines. But now, the issue is right here on Sodor. We've always been a safe haven to any engine out there who was escaping from trouble. I know Diesel 10 is different, but at the end of the day, he's an engine who needs help. And we wouldn't be the Sodor Railway if we didn't help him, especially on Christmas." Sir Topham Hatt looked around. I understand your hesitation, sir, said Boko. I wouldn't have brought this to your attention if I didn't believe it was important. I remember the destruction and the chaos this diesel left behind. And while I'm not saying he's changed, I am saying it's our duty to help an engine in need, wherever they come from and whoever they are. You're right, Boko. Locomotives are a dying breed. I agree with what you've said, but my doubts about this engine are still very real. Knowing what fate awaits him if I were to send him away, I could never bring myself to make that decision. Diesel 10 can stay here for now, but I will be looking at transferring him to another railway as soon as possible. And to reduce the temptation to stir up trouble, I am going to take away your oil and make you stay here at the diesel works. You will not leave this turntable unless I say so, and I will make sure every engine on Sodor, steam engine or diesel, knows that. Consider yourself a relic for now. If you'll excuse me, I have a Christmas party that I am running late for. Have a wonderful holiday, everyone. The diesels murmured quietly as Sir Topham Hatt and Winston drove away. I know I should have come to you first, sir, but there wasn't a lot of time. I had to... You did the right thing, Toby. It just surprised me, that's all. Boko is right as well. We must protect any locomotive out there who needs our help, regardless of their background. What are you going to tell the other engines? I don't think this news will go over as well as it did with the diesels. Hey, there's Sir Topham Hatt and Toby. Welcome back, you two. Now it's a party, cried James. Whatever I tell them, it won't be tonight. Let's enjoy one last normal evening on Sodor. I have a feeling things are about to change, for better or for worse.